I thought today we would do a little riff here that you could have a lot of fun with. And it's actually not that difficult. It's funny, it seems like it's been a long time now going, but years ago when I used to play my guitar in Ghirardelli Square, I hitchhiked here to California from New York when I was young, had my guitar, but my way of getting something to eat was to go sit out at Ghirardelli Square and play. And sometimes you'd get together with someone and they'd come up with some little riff. And then you'd just start playing along. Well, what I'm going to show you today is kind of like that. It's just those little riffs. And it's just one that you can use and you can mix it up. And if somebody's playing along, they can join in and get creative and have a lot of fun with it. It is so much fun. In fact, I remember one day we were there playing and I met this guy. I don't even know what his name was. I cannot remember. But he had a harmonica. He liked to play harmonica. But I kind of felt for him because he looked super hungry. So it just so happens I had enough money that I could keep a room in San Francisco. It was just one room and it was safe and I didn't have to worry. And I could go out in the daytime, play with my guitar and meet people. And so it had a community kitchen in it. So I had enough money to buy a bunch of tuna fish and some bread and some carrots and onions and mayonnaise and live on tuna fish sandwiches. I like tuna fish sandwich. It was probably a good choice too. But I remember inviting him to come and have a tuna fish sandwich. I meant nothing by it. I was just being compassionate because he looked so hungry. And I put a lot of carrots and a lot of crunchy stuff in it. I think there was celery and everything. And I didn't pay attention to the fact that his teeth were so bad, he really couldn't chew it. It was actually really kind of sad. But I guess it made an impact on him because the next morning I woke up to hearing a harmonica out in the street in San Francisco blaring, and he's singing, "Cindy Lou, I love you." Well, this didn't make the landlord owner. They didn't want any trouble. They wanted quiet in that one room boarding house or whatever you call it. I had a time trying to get that guy to be quiet. There's actually more to the story, but I won't get into it. But oh my goodness, I shouldn't have fed him a tuna sandwich. That's all there was to it. But those were days, or funny days. But we always got together and played, and different people with guitars and instruments, and somebody would find just get an edge on something, and the next person would add in, and it just sounded great. So today I'm going to show you one that kind of goes along with that. And something you can use, something you can mix up, and it's really not that difficult. So give it a try. Listen, if you can do an E7th and you can do an A7th or an A minor 7th, then you can do this. And so let me show it to you. Basically, it's just taking those shapes and moving around. And it's a good idea to move around. Get free from that first position. Try different things. Don't be afraid to do that. Yes, you'll mix up at times. I'm mixing up all the time. This is part of it. And the older I get, the more I mix it up and make mistakes. And it doesn't matter. Who cares? Are you having fun? Learn something new and have fun with it. So let's get started with it. Go over that today. I'd like to show it to you. Now listen, if it looks difficult, it looks more difficult than what it is, okay? It's not that hard. If you can do an A7th chord, and you can do an E7th chord, and you can do an A minor 7th chord, those shapes are pretty much it. They're just moved around, that's all. and it's not hard to do, okay? And but there are two chords that are a little bit weird. I'm going to show those to you first. But before we get started, next week, 27th, the live is going to happen at 6 p.m. California time. Don't forget, mark your calendars, be there. We're going to go over the last road trip that I went on and maybe hit some highlights. And if you have any questions, and it doesn't have to do with the road trip, it could be any questions that you have on your mind. This is your chance to write and chat a little bit and spend a half an hour with me on a live, okay? So 6 p.m., 27th, coming up next week. Should be a lot of fun. I hope you join us. Okay, so here we go. All right, we're going to do a little riff today that it's pretty simple. It's not that difficult, and it's great when you go to sit down with friends and you're going to start out with improvising a little jam. Well, you know, a lot of times you'll come up with things like that maybe, or you'll come up with something. You'll just start some little riff and then next person will start playing. It's a lot of fun. And you just spontaneously come up with something that's never been written before. It's just you and them communicating, you playing your guitar. Well, I'm going to show you one that you can use. And that you can use and try out. See what happens when you start this one up and you start use it at your jam, okay? And, you know, just get together with a friend, say, let's try this. Or maybe you just want to mix it up and play around with it and come up with some fun stuff. But let me show it to you. And so I think the best way to approach it is first, we're going to do the two sort of out of the ordinary. They're not hard chords. They're just different, okay? So it's the E9 and the A9. They're both the same shapes. They're just in different positions. And let me show you what they look like, okay? So you're going to take your pointer finger and put it on the 4th string, 6th fret. Take your middle finger, put it on the 5th string, 7th fret. And then just line up the ring and the pinky. See the chord chart there? You're on that 7th fret with those two fingers. And that right there is an E9. And we're in the blues family of the E's. So that's really a good one to have for that, an E9. And then move it up. You got an A9 when you have your pointer finger at the 11th fret. Got it? Okay. So those are the two that might be a little difficult, or at least it'll take you a little bit to get them down. But once you do, they're a lot of fun to throw in, okay? All right, so you got those now? All right, so let's get into our little run. And then you take it, play around with it, and see what you can come up with. I'm going to do it real slow. There's lots you can do with this, okay? And there's a lot of fast stuff. And so you just have to take it, mix it up, and listen to it, and see what you come up with. But I'm just going to go slow, all right? So let's just take it slow here, and we're going to start out with a hammer on. Now you'll notice I'm pitching, the thumb is picking up that low E, and my pointer finger's actually hitting 2 strings. Don't overthink it, just, and you don't have to be exact with it, but your hammer-on's going to pick up some of the sound. Try that. So watch my fingers here. 2 together, pinch, and then these 2 fingers are picking up strings 4 and 5. Right? But what I'm doing is, here I'm just playing the E7th, and then I'm just taking this middle finger and laying it on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Got that? sometimes it's hard because I don't think about it. I just try different things, and sometimes it doesn't come out the same way every time. So, okay, so get those two down. Okay, so then the next position you're going to go to is you're going to use that same E7th shape, but you're going to use it at the 4th fret. Okay, and then it's going to move up to the 6th fret, same shape. Okay, so you've got this. Okay, and then you're just going to right here play your E9th. Got that? So we got okay? All right. So let's try that again. Okay? That's all that is. It's real simple, and it's just a neat sound. I've just changed it up a little bit there, but you can see the possibilities. And it'll remind you of some songs, some very famous songs as you listen to it, because they use that same progression or something similar. They mix it up a little bit differently, but hey, so you get creative. Give it a try. See what you can come up with. And play it again. What I want to do is use this looper. I'm going to put this into the looper somewhere down the line here. That's what I'm going to use to learn how to use this loop station. I picked it up and haven't gotten to it yet. It should be a lot of fun. So now let's do the last leg of this little progression. Do the A7th. And you know, you can use, I find myself using middle finger to ring, but you can do first finger to middle finger. Whatever you're comfortable with. I do this because it's easy to slide up. See that? It frees this up and it's all ready to go when I slide up. Okay, so depends on how you want to do it. Okay, so we start with the A7th shape, and then we slide up to the A minor 7th shape at the 3rd fret. Then we go back to the A7th shape. And we're at the 5th fret, and then move up to the 7th. So start here at the 2nd fret, the A minor 7th shape at the 3rd fret, 5th fret, A 7th shape, 7th fret, A 7th shape, and then we go to our A 9th. Okay, so it's going to sound like this when we put it together. So that's it. That is it right there. Okay, so I'm going to have the chord charts out there for you. And so you take a look at those and spend some time with it and just get that down. It's a really, really neat run. And I hope you have some fun with that. And I can't think of any other announcements. I already told you about the live. So I hope you all have a great day or night, wherever you are in this world.